What do children from poor families lack most? The answer is obvious. They lack systematic experience in earning and managing money. Most likely their parents haven't earned much money, and even if they've made a windfall at pool, they know it's just luck. So they can only tighten their belts and tell themselves and their children to cherish what they have. This is why children of poor families remain children of poor families, isn't it? There are two types of poverty: not knowing how to earn money and being harmed by money when you get it, to the point where wealth becomes a curse, leading to family ruin and personal destruction. Indeed, all poor families ultimately fall into one of these two categories. Why? Because once you are not in either of these situations, or you have successful and reliable experience in both areas, you are no longer from a poor family. Even if you lose everything temporarily, it's unlikely you'll fall into an inescapable abyss. For the poor, money has a potent poison. Valuing money over life, or risking life for money. As long as you avoid this mistake, you won't fall into unmanageable debt and credit crisis after losing your investable assets, because your losses stop there. It means you are just out of cash. But your credit and abilities remain, as does your reputation. Many people would be willing to invest in your comeback. You just need time. This experience and cultivation regarding money can clearly guide children on what to do and what to ignore despite society's mainstream views. This allows children to deviate from mainstream views without the anxiety, hesitation, and doubt that children from poor families often struggle to overcome alone. Conversely, even if children from poor families take the right path, they rarely receive firm approval from their parents and may be filled with fear by parents with muddled thinking. Parents become not a life preserver but a Walpole, dragging their children down. Even if they are supportive, their lack of experience means they can only offer emotional value. Their heartfelt support might ultimately amount to nothing more than traditional overprotection, saying, "Don't struggle anymore, we'll support you for life if we have to." Therefore, for children from poor families to succeed, it often objectively involves a painful process of betraying parental beliefs. More dangerously, even if they luckily obtain their first pot of gold, children from poor families face a second test of money's poison: overindulgence, overconfidence, and family discord. Money can attract distorted relationships with family, lovers, and friends. These three pillars of hell will test the successful poor child daily, checking if they're ripe for failure. Of course, children from poor families aren't at a complete disadvantage. Firstly, it's often easier for them to reject their parents' wealth views. After all, parents who can't even reach a small financial goal don't have the capital confidence to stubbornly oppose their children. Secondly, many so-called rich families are actually prospective rich who haven't fully overcome the second trial. Their experience might be overly trusted pseudo-experience. They haven't truly endured money's poison. Their true wealth can only be determined after they've chosen established families without successful marriages and careers. These prospective rich may fall within 2 generations. It's common to hear about classmates from demolition, rich families going missing in Macau while you are still struggling selling woodwork in a small town. Remember, their lead is just catching an early bus, whether it's headed to heaven or hell. You might see the results in a few years. In other words, they don't have a real advantage over you. Thirdly, poverty breeds change. Children from poor families have fewer opportunities for shortcuts, making it easier to put in real effort and focus on solving problems that require extraordinary perseverance. Moreover, even small positive feedback provides stronger emotional motivation for poor children. This leads to greater appreciation and more intense satisfaction in the process of striving. Once given a chance, you're more likely to become a remarkable first-generation rich. In contrast, few second-generation rich can surpass their parents in this aspect. Jordan's sons have enviable basketball conditions, yet they play quite average. Cherish and fully utilize what you've been given. Recognize and always be wary of what doesn't belong to you.